Hiya, Tony. Hiya, Angel. On the way. Misunderstood. Welcome. Hi, Carly Lou. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Donna Boy. Welcome to you too. Lynn Green will be with us shortly. I have sent her the link and that, so yeah, she should be here very soon. Hi, Samantha Louise. Hi. Now I've got. Is that Kelly? Or is that the lovely Kelly? Yes, hiya, Kelly. How are you, my lovely? I hope you're doing well. You all right, Lynn?
I need to pull my hair up real quick.
Okay.
I'll be right there.
Yes. Yes, it is very nice up here as well. Kelly, hold on. I have got a message for you once we start, so I will be coming to you if that's okay. And some good news, I am now officially 5 stone lost. I'll sort that out.
Yeah.
See that. So I hope everyone else has enjoyed the nice hot weather today. We went to see Luke's mammy, and yeah, and when I go like that now, you can actually see an actual flat body. Hi, Angie Thomas. The lovely Luke will be here in a moment. Yeah, she's not too bad. You know, she's still grieving. We went and done Luke's dad's ashes the other day, and
last week.
Yeah, last Friday, and yeah, it was. Well, I used the injections, and the injections were perfect, and you didn't lose it straight off. It was a time thing to actually lose it. So yeah, I've been on it since October or November.
I don't know.
I think it was November, and like now we're in May, so 6 months. Hi, Michelle Brown. No, we get it from pharmacy online pharmacy. Yeah, but you have to go all through. You know, they want to know the ins and outs, and you do actually have your. You put your doctor's address on there, but they have their own doctors as well. So yeah, right. Let's start. Opening card for everybody. Hi, Elaine. How are you? You've got to let us know what day you're going to not Lidl, Farm Foods, so we can have a meet up. Right, now here's Luke with the opening card. You want that one?
You got that one. I've got to read that one.
Yeah.
Right. Count all of your blessings, even the small ones. show gratitude and appreciation for all that you have in your life and all that has yet to come into it. Your best days are still ahead of you. Isn't that a wonderful thought?
That's a very nice card. And Lynn, have you got a card?
I will get one. Let's see
Yeah.
where I'm being drawn real quick. Right
Yeah. Like people on TikTok will be able to hear Lynn what she's saying.
Okay.
Butterflies. Oh, I like butterflies.
Let's see what we've got.
Hi, Angel.
Animal spirit deck. Let's see what our animal spirit for the day is for everyone. Right here. Ooh. So today we are all about koi fish spirit. It is letting us know that there is always enough. There's always enough to go around. There's always enough for what we need. There's always enough love if we allow it. So this is for everyone out there today. Just know that for today, this weekend, this coming week, there is always enough. We just have to look for it. Okay.
Well, excellent choice. Thank you very much, Lynn.
Thank
So,
you, Luke.
it's always a pleasure. Is that sunshine I see behind thee?
It is very, very bright, and we have a heat advisory today. It is to get to the hundreds.
So it's now sunny California.
Misha, can you unblock a prism of light, please?
Excellent. Good to hear. Right. Well, for the benefit of those of you here on Facebook, etc., today's code word. Okay, today's code word, and make sure you listen out for it during the live. Okay, today's code word is candle, as in candle in the wind.
Oh, I was going to have that.
Candle, as in candle in the wind.
Well, that could be another day.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I know that song.
Yes, there's two versions of it.
Yep. Well, no, one is called England's Rose.
Yes.
So I consider that one to be a completely different song. It has a much more special meaning.
It does indeed. So if you look at Angel's message, it says bingo space candle. Bingo and candle are in capital letters. They are spelt correctly, and that is exactly what you must post as a message when you hear the word candle mentioned in a live. Okay, and the first one to appear on our screen here at the studio will be declared the winner, and a prize will be allocated to you. Now, it could be a pickled egg, it could be a sachet of sauce, it could be a pair of Paul's boxer shorts or a pair of my socks. It could be Lynn's. It could be Lynn's RV. Then again, it might be something completely different. It might be a jar of pickles, or then again, it might be a bracelet or a necklace. We don't know until we put our hand in the bucket and pick out the piece of paper that tells us what the prize is.
It was a mistake. It was someone else I was meant to be blocking, so it wasn't you. It was someone else. So it was a mistake, and I sorted it straight away. So yes, you can come up, but as you said, you don't want to be on screen. That's fine. But I want to give you the message, please.
And for those of you who are fortunate enough to win a spot prize, please note on ticket tape there is a postage fee that requires to be paid.
Candle.
Since the post office decided to hike all postal fees up ridiculously high, we have to ask for a contribution of the postage fee. The prize is free, but the postage fee needs to be paid, and there is a
There it is on there.
yeah, and as you can see, there is a PayPal details put up there to cover the postage cost. If you do not wish to partake, that is absolutely fine. But if you do post up the correct code word response, there is the expectation that you'll cover the postage cost of your prize. So if it's a pickled egg, it won't be that much. If it's a jar of pickles, it might be a little bit more. If it's Lynn's RV, we'll have a hell of a job because there will be customs fees, shipping fees, international freight fees probably, and it is likely that Lynn and Co will still be in it when it arrives.
Possibly.
Yeah. Right, let's start then. It's me that's going first, and I know I'm going to Kelly.
And I am going over here to have a lie down.
Yes. Right, Kelly, can you hear me? Oh, I better turn you up. I've got no. Right. Hiya, Kelly.
Hiya.
Hiya. Right. As I'm drawing close to you, I've actually been feeling like there's a lot of questions around you and unanswered questions as well that is all coming around you at the moment. And I've actually got this lady actually standing by me. She's a maternal lady, and she's actually coming around to let me know that you just had so much going on and you don't know what's right, what's wrong, and it's been really getting you down. And they're saying, don't give up on your dreams because your dreams are well worth waiting for. Yeah, things are going to be coming and truths will be outed as well around you and family. So what I'm being told, there is some untruths around the family, which are going to come to light. She's also saying that there's been things that have been actually keeping you awake as well, and you just don't know where it's going or what's been going on. 'Cause she's actually been sitting and watching you there as well, and she's saying we are sorting things out around you, and yes, you are hearing a lot of things in the bedroom and around your home at the moment, but spirit are actually doing like a cleansing around your home.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, and she wants you to know that it's nothing for you to worry about. Things will start easing and you will start feeling a lot more calmer around you as well. Also, I know because of the past conversations you've had like problems with your daughter and that at hospitals and that, but I'm not going to say what sort or anything. But love is also being sent to her as well and letting you know that she is well being looked after as well, and don't think that she is okay at the moment, but things are coming out and spirit are well taking care of her and looking after her, and she will come out a different person.
Thank you.
No problem at all. She's also saying there's been a bit of a sort of argument around the family as well, and she's saying that will clear.
Okay, that's good to know as well.
Yeah, spirit are letting you know it will be clearing and things will be opening up. She's actually bringing a gentleman in now, and he is like her grandfather on yeah, father, grandfather that's actually coming in around you as well. And he's actually quite a softy sort of bloke, but you wouldn't mess with him if you upset him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's all soft while you're nicey, but if anyone upsets him, run a mile. And he's laughing there, and he's saying, "You speak so much about that." And but he's saying it's time for you to actually start living and enjoying your life and doing things that you need to do and want to do. Don't let others put you down, and always decide for yourself. Don't let others try to decide matters for you. You've got a good head on your shoulders, and you know who you can and cannot trust in the family,
Yeah.
and all round. And they're saying, and he's just saying, I've come through before, and I've told you that you can't give up, and things will be getting sorted. It takes time to actually get it sorted, but it will be sorted all around you. He's also saying that there's been a few tears as well, because don't know what's going on or anything, and you felt actually someone actually around you like to give you a cuddle, and he's this gentleman saying it was him that was actually coming in and comforting you.
Yeah.
And he is around your sister quite a lot as well, and they both are around you both, and they're actually saying it is actually nice seeing you both together like you are now and working together. It wasn't always like that. It was like there was a bit of jealousy in that in between, but everything has actually come out perfect, and seeing you, it makes my day actually seeing you two working and sharing the love together.
That's really significant.
Oh, bless your heart. And they are both just saying, just keep the love, because that person, that sister, is the one you can love and trust and bring so much happiness around you both, because you both need the laughter. You've had too many tears and not enough laughter. And she's going, now it's time for you to start laughing and enjoying yourself.
Yeah, that's my nan, bless her.
Oh, bless her. And she just wants you to know that things will be sorted. And as long as you two can help each other, no one else really matters. And they are sending out love to your mum as well. Let your mum know that she... Oh, I don't know what's going on there.
Reached your goal.
Oh, right. She's letting you know that give love to your mum as well, and try to help her as well, because she needs a bit of help. Yeah. But they're pulling back now, but they just wanted you to know that they are sending you all the love in the world, and keep happy working together and sharing the love. And
thank you. Do you know, that was spot on. It's like they've been with me the last couple of days. She keeps coming to me and my granddad, and exactly what you said is what they said to me.
Oh, bless your heart. And we haven't spoken for ages.
We haven't, and it's just, and then my mum's been hearing her.
Yeah.
And I said to my sister yesterday, I said, you know, I said, Nan and Dad would be so proud of you. My sister's had to help me the last week. And they'd want it to be like this. You've just confirmed that as well.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you. If I can ask you to give me a review on that, that'd be perfect.
I will do. Have you got a page on here?
I've only got this page. I don't know how to do a...
You put a post up and then get people to write on it underneath.
Oh, right.
Cherie.
Yeah. Okay, I will do that. But...
And I'll pop it on there for you.
Oh, bless you, Kel. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I'm really quiet tonight. I'm knackered.
Oh, bless your heart.
You two take care. I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, all right, and lots of love.
Right, bye.
Bye.
I need to get down. Sorry.
Right. So there was mine, Mr. G. Luke. Oh, bless your heart. Yes, that was a nice reading, which if people didn't hear it on Facebook, it was quite significant, they said, and it was very very well put. And they've actually, what we were saying, we was actually they're speaking about this week. So yeah, right now it's time for you, Lynn and Luke, to actually fight it out. Who's next? Here is the man himself, the lovely Luke.
Right, Lynn, have you selected your victims?
No, not yet. I was trying to. I've misplaced my Moonology cards. I'm not sure where they went.
Do you want to select your
So
victim?
I'm going to have to use a different deck. And I know I will be guided where I need to go. I just haven't had a chance to look yet because I've also misplaced my glasses this morning. It is, you guys are at 8 o'clock at night, but it's still early here for me. So I am running behind schedule. But let's see who we have, and I will pull someone right here. Christine Murray. Christine Murray, would you rather have a card or a pendulum reading?
Understand that message I gave to the lovely Kelly. She.
Oh, close the door.
Let's see. Hi, Donna. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Carly and Angel. These are the names that I actually have on my secondary screen this morning. Let's see.
Christine Maris has said she'd like a card.
Okay. Let's go with the Angel Tarot today.
Right, so I'll go on to mute if you want to do Christina, and just give me the usual verbal when
I will
done.
I will yell for you just as soon as I am complete here. Christine, I have for you the King of Ariel. Successful, stable, accomplished, and powerful. Your plans are working out well, professional and financial success, and use your resources wisely. Okay. Now, what I notice about this card when I come to this card, I'm going to pull the comments up here so I can see them. Everything's going to be on a lag behind me, so I may not see your comment come up immediately, but this is where we're at. Okay. What I have for you, Christine, is, like I said, the King of Ariel. Okay. And if you look in the card, okay, this is a man that is surrounded by roses and flowers of all different colors, mostly red, some blue. He has gold, looks like gold flowers on him, or gold accoutrements. And then there are some yellow and orange roses in the background. So he has like all of the colors of the rainbow, the chakras, the auras. He has all of the colors around him. He is stable because everything balances. Okay. He has the financial security because there's his little treasure chest. You see, everything is overflowing. He is accomplished. He's powerful. He's the person that everybody comes to have things straightened out. You know, he's Lord of the land. If you put yourself in this card, things that you have strategized, things that you have desired to have work out, will start working and flowing the way they're supposed to. Things kind of like click into place, like when you work in the safe cracker. Because what I'm hearing is like as the tumblers click you know you've got the right number, and then you turn it the other direction till it clicks, and then everything falls into place, and then you can open the safe, you know. But this is also advising you to use your resources wisely. It's kind of saying that you do, but it's just an extra reminder. Make sure you're using your resources wisely. Don't just say, oh, everything's going the way I want and everything's going to be perfect, so I can splurge here and I can throw things here and I can do this and I can do that. Make sure you're balancing everything out. Take care of the items that you have of importance to you, and make sure that you're not being wasteful. Okay. Because you maintain that financial success, or that nest egg, if you would, by not just letting it all go to the wind. You will have professional and financial success, the card says. For me, this means that what you set your mind to, you can accomplish, even if it takes a while to get there. Okay. And you have the lovely angel Ariel in the background. Now, the pink around this card, for me, the pink is unconditional love that comes in and goes out. It's the unconditional love that you send out to the people that are around you. It's also the unconditional love that is coming in for you from not just the people around you, but also from spirit and from the angels, the ones that are trying to help. Okay. The green in the background, that means everything right now is verdant. It is fertile. It is, you know, good soil to plant seeds in and watch things prosper and grow. The red roses are bringing in not just love, but grounding, deep roots, because they represent the root chakra. So they will be bringing in and anchors for you. They help you stay grounded. They help you stay with your feet firmly planted. The radio disc jockey Casey Kasem is what I'm hearing right now. He used to say, keep your feet planted on the ground, but continue to reach for the stars. It's not exactly what he said, but it's the gist of it. But that's what I'm hearing, is keep your feet on the ground, but continue to reach for the stars. So continue to stretch your goals. Okay. Continue to stretch your goals, because you know what you want, and there is more out there for you. Okay. Just make sure you're using those resources wisely, and make sure that your plans are thoroughly thought out. That's the other thing that I'm being told. Make sure that you have the foundations and everything that you need set. Make sure that you have your plans, your list of pros and cons, the things to watch out for, the things that you want to achieve. Okay, and that is my message for you, Christine. I hope that it all resonates, and I hope that you have a very good fortune in the future. Thank you so much for letting me read for you this morning. And Luke.
Yo. Wow, that was a really exciting message.
I hope so.
Yep.
I like that. I like that card because it's very, you know, it's busy. It has a lot going on in it.
Yeah.
But
It's got a lot to say.
Yeah, it's very, it can go in so many different directions depending on the person I'm reading for. But for Christine today, it was very much all about projects and endeavors and goals that she has. So thank you for giving me a little extra minute or two there to get it all out. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I have little Miss Scarlet here. So if you would like a message with Miss Scarlet, please do put your names up now. Crouching Bull's got his talking stick up, so ready to rock and roll, and off we go. Right. Uh-huh. Right, where's he stopping? There's his stopping. And we have a stop on Elizabeth and Russell. Okay, right, here we go. Now, okay, right, as I look into the crystal, there is being presented to me an image of you sat on an armchair, and there is a cup of tea, well, mug actually, mug of tea beside you, and you're very much, well, the expression on your face seems to be one of you're dozing off. Okay, you're dozing off. But, you know, it is perfectly acceptable to doze off. I do it all the time, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Okay, now, as I look around you while you're sat there, okay, I can say that there is, well, there's a bit too many to count, but I'm going to say there's roughly about 5 orbs floating around, but they're sort of whizzing past each other in strange little patterns. So definitely at least 5 from what I can see, and they're a multitude of colors. There's red, blue, green, orange, a very nice sapphire sort of blue color, and then there's a silvery one as well. Okay, whizzing by you. Now, that says to me that there's a lot of spiritual activity connected around yourself, and it's not specific to where you find yourself, i.e. the house. Now, as I twist around, okay, there, right, got it. Now,
You in there.
I'm being shown a variety, well, the crystal is showing me a variety of items around the house, and it's just sort of like moving up and there, and behold, by the big window that is being shown to be in front of you, there is a person in spirit stood by the window. Okay, now I don't know if it's a male or a female. The image that's being shown to me is one of a golden yellow haze or Scotch mist forming the shape of a body, but there is definitely somebody there. Now, I'm also being made aware that there are a variety of small animals in spirit that are running around the living room. Okay, there's a cat. There are, okay, there's a rabbit. There is what would appear to be a rat, but this is not a wild rat. This is like a domesticated rat, right? Because it wouldn't sort of like cozy up on your lap if it was a wild one. Yeah, and also there is a dog as well. There is a dog, and I'm going to say it is about the size of a, I'm going to say Shep from Blue Peter is the best way of describing the size of it. Sort of like a collie style, kind of Heinz 57 kind of shape to it. Right, anyway. I'm going to see if we can connect in now to the person in spirit. Okay, do we have someone here for Elizabeth and Russell? All right, yeah, yes, please. Thank you very much. Okay. There's someone coming through the portal, so let's give them a few seconds. And hello to all you people on TikTok. Nice for you to come and join us this evening. Right, okay, I can sense the energy coming up behind me now. And straight away, I want to say that this is the energy of I want to say a young man. Okay, a young man. I would say if I was to put an age on him, I would have to say that you're looking at a gentleman who, as I look into his face, I would place late 30s, maximum I'd say was very early 40s. Okay, now if I was to say he's built, okay, now everybody knows I'm about as skinny as a matchstick. So when this person stands next to me, I want to say he is a large build, and this is in comparison to me. Okay, I'm sure other mediums would maybe vary their description of body size, but to me, he is of a large size. Now, this is a young man who I would say is definitely a family man. He definitely has, there's definitely children in his relationship, and it is okay. And there is a lady that comes with him, but she is standing back and allowing him to come in to talk. Now, this gentleman, I want to say, has a number of things he wants to say, but the most important thing he wants to bring to your attention is an apology. Okay, is an apology. Okay, now as he draws close to me and he puts some of his feelings and thoughts into my mind, I want to say at this point he's showing me mental confusion, excessive pressure, worry, fear. It's a combination of all sorts of negative feelings all swirling round in the head, which makes clarity of thought extremely difficult. And it's more a case of compulsions and thoughts of escape that come through my mind. And this is his state of mind shortly before his passing. Now, in general physical health, this young man is as healthy as you would expect a person of his age to be. There is no significant issues that's been made aware to me, like heart conditions, lung conditions, or anything of that nature. I do sense that there was a use of recreational drugs in his life. Okay. I'm not at liberty at this point to say whether this was an addiction or this was I can't confirm there was addiction, but I can confirm there was a lot of usage. And I'm also being aware of financial issues connected with him as well. And there is significant financial issues within the family unit that were present, but they weren't spoken about outside of the family unit. Okay. As he comes close, he is giving me a number of pictures in my mind, and it's the outward face of the family which shows a happy family unit, contentment, and there is significant love within the family. And this action of his was not only unexpected, it was definitely out of character, and many individuals, including siblings, were the feelings are actually devastated, and still years later never ever got over, if indeed you ever do get over, and I thoroughly believe there's no such thing as get over it, it's been a year or something, they accepted what had happened, but never ever could you say, we're never going to get over it, but more a case of just having to accept the circumstances. A lot of the issues surrounding his passing have been significantly unspoken about, and it's not something that was divulged to many people outside of his own family unit, i.e. his own four walls. And to be fair, the family that is left behind hasn't come forward in any way, shape, or form to mix with the remainder of the family as it is scattered around the country. But he wants people to know that he is well. He has had significant healing of mind, body, and soul. And there is a sense of regret from him due to the impact that his passing had on his siblings. But as is well known, of the four of them, there has been a reunification of his siblings in spirit, and they are fully aware of the circumstances. And as a family, they have been significantly reunited with each other as brothers, and also with parents. But he wants you to know that with him all is well, and there's a sense of great peace around him as well. I can say that for certain. He's very, very much at peace where he is, although he does regret some of his actions. Okay, that's fine. He's very freely admitting he was no saint. He's freely admitting he was no saint, and he's saying, I had faults, many though they may have been, but at least I didn't murder anybody. So that's to be celebrated. He followed in the footsteps very, very much so of his older siblings, in that he became very much a lovable rogue, but never to the same extent of having his own private residence at Her Majesty's pleasure in Berlin in Glasgow. And that's something that he's very, very much proud of. Okay. And he's saying to me, unlike Ronald, I didn't get caught. And of course, that's him referring to one of his older brothers who actually did have his own room and HMP Berlin in Glasgow, because he virtually was in and out more often than butter in a fridge. He's back together again with his mum. Who he missed terribly. But he's happy to be reunited with her significantly. Okay, I don't know whether she'd approve of you saying that, right? But he's saying the old girl is doing very well. She's got all her faculties back. Yeah, the old girl's doing very well. She's got all her faculties back. And a lifetime, all right, and a lifetime supply of asket powders. Okay. The old girl is doing well. She's got all her faculties back and a lifetime supply of asket powders. Thank you. And there's a cat. I'm being made aware of a cat coming in. Right. Okay. Now, he's actually laughing about this cat because he's telling me about an incident when he was a lot younger, where this particular cat had a firework tied to its tail. Okay. A firework tied to its tail, and they lit the firework. And he's taking full responsibility for lighting the firework tied to this cat's tail. And I've also been reminded to tell you that the cat got over it quite well, in that it never went near him again for quite some time. Okay. Okay, I'm hearing a lady say the name Tiddles. Tiddles. Now, I don't know if that is a man or woman or what, but I'm hearing the name Tiddles. Apparently this cat survived several attempts at drowning, accidental drowning, and accidental lodgings in the bonfire before it was lit. But it wasn't until it was lit that they realized that this cat was actually a resident in the bonfire that they had just lit for Guy Fawkes night. So this cat really did have 9 lives. Okay. I'm also seeing, being shown, there's a very slim, I'm going to say middle-aged to elderly lady with black hair. Now, I have to say, I'm pretty much, I'm looking at this black hair, and it's, I don't recognize the hairstyle, but anyway, it's this lady with black hair, and it's sort of like swept back, but it's like quite volumized. Okay. And I'm being shown an image of this young man firing a newly gifted, now all the children that were there at this particular time were all gifted bow and arrows by this lady. It was somebody's birthday or something along those lines, and all the boys, children that were there, all got gifted bow and arrow. And I'm seeing an image of this young man, okay, as a child, firing the bow and arrow at this lady, and it's got the rubber sucker end, and it actually hits her on the forehead and stays there. And this lady is chasing him around the back garden with this sucker right on her forehead, which is, you know, the end of the arrow. In horror that he would fire it at her. That could have had my eye out, was the word she was using as she chased them around the back garden. The rest of the time, they fired them at the cars going past in the street. Now, he's pulling back from me now, as is the lady that is with him. Okay. Oh, he's leaving a gift behind for you now. It's a box of, what was that? Oh, a box of licorice all sorts. Okay, he's leaving a box of licorice all sorts behind on the coffee table for you as he goes. So I'm going to leave his love with you and say thank you very, very much for allowing me to read for you. Yes, lovable rogue. Bit of a tearaway, but nevertheless a lovable rogue. Right. I shall. Right, thank you very much. And I'm now going to hand you back to my lovable rogue, the lovable Paul. Right.
Isn't it Lynn's turn?
Lynn, Paul, Sen, if you want to select some victims before he starts, depending on what, of course, you're doing with them.
Okay, I'm going to ask if anyone would like a pendulum reading. I can go ahead and get 2 or 3 people ready for pendulum readings. So if you'd like a pendulum reading, put your names up, please, and I will see who I'm going to pick from that. And then we'll do cards. We'll do cards if necessary, and as needed. As drawn by spirit, but if you'd like, if you've got a question, a specific question that you would like answered by spirit with pendulum, please let me know.
Well, you got Stacy Ball there straight in.
Let's see. There's Stacy. Okay. Pendulum reading.
Okay. And
Leona would like a pendulum reading.
yeah, and then you got Stacey Ball, who said yes, but not saying yes to anything particular.
Okay.
And Marie Thomas is coming asking for a card read.
Stacy.
Right.
That's okay. I understood it, Leona. Hello, Lily. I see you coming in. Okay, and Stacy wants a card. So let's.
Right, I'll move over and let Paul come in.
I've got my next few people, and I will ask Spirit which cards to draw for Stacy and Dawn for when Paul is done. And Leona, if you would write your question in, I will endeavor to answer that for you.
Okay, let's have your names up and see who I'm drawing to. I'll unmute Whoever. Hi, Sheris. How are you? Hi, Jessica. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Angel. Hi, Ebon. Just so people know, the lovely Carly Lou is the moderator on Facebook today because the lovely Tanya is at a wedding or something. Hiya, Mary. So, yes, I'm going to go.
I believe it's her nephew's wedding, isn't it?
Yeah. Right,
Yes.
Chris, can I come to you, please? Chris. You're on both then, Chris. that works out fantastic. Right, Chris, as I'm drawing close to you, I have got a lady actually around you. She's a maternal lady, mother, grandmother, and she's coming around you at the moment, and she's saying, I always see you happy when you are doing your lives, but inside you're not. You put up a front around so people don't see what's going on inside, and they're saying you can't be always doing that. People do really need to see the real you and how you go about things. I know that you do have a lot of concerns with the grandparents and how things are, and you worry about what they're doing. I know you're related to Tanya, and what Tanya's doing and all that. It is always worrying you, and how they can get around it. They're also saying that you've got a lot of things going around in your head as well, and you. Oh, come on. You've been quite up that's happened around the family. Hi, Corey Dutton. How are you? Because they are trying to allow, you're trying to get things done, and there seems to be something that's stopping, and you don't know why they're doing this and how they're doing it, because things are not as good as they should be. I know you've got children, and bless them, they see spirit as well, and they have actually come and said to you that, oh, I've got this friend, and yet it is spirit friends. Yeah, they're saying stick to your guns. Don't let people try to put you off on what things you are seeing, because that is not fair on you. Spirit are trying to show you things, but people are trying to take your mind away from that and say, no, you're seeing this, that, and not what you're seeing. Stick to what you're seeing. Don't let them try to put you off. You've got also a gentleman actually around you as well, and I do feel, I know this, well, I'm calling him a gentleman, but when he passed, he was very young when he passed, and this is an uncle of yours, so he's still got his tricycle, and he's coming in with running over my feet now. I've never seen or felt him before. This is the first time I've actually felt him. And he's saying, I'm always around you. I like being around you because I like playing with the children. Because they see me. They do see me. And we do have lots of fun. You should never doubt yourself, because doubting yourself is very is from spirit. That is what you've got to understand. But always remember, first thought is spirit. All the others is your own. I know it is very difficult on how things are going, but things are going to be working out for you. Yeah. But just remember, first thought is always spirit. If you can keep that in your mind, that will help you and guide you as well with that. Don't let others bring you down anymore, because there's too many people trying to, he said, she said, he said, she said. Don't listen to them. And yeah, you're doing right. Letting the universe take the stress. Ask spirit to help you and guide you, because you have got such a beautiful nature and a lovely gift. There has been some tears lately as well, I'm being told, because there's just something that's going on that really got to you. And they're saying, oh, bless your heart. And they're saying, we've got you. We've got hold of you. And yes, we are comforting you. So keep the love and keep the spirit alive. And I'm going to say, bless you. Right. I've got to ask, has anyone got a birthday today? No problem, Chris. Has anyone got a birthday today? Yes, I know you have. And why aren't you putting it on Facebook as well, Mish? Oh, if we're working. Oh. Right. Yes, it's Michelle Brown, the lovely Michelle Brown. It's her birthday today. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michelle Brown. Happy birthday to you and many more. So, yes, happy birthday, Michelle, for Double Trouble.
And for me, happy birthday to you as well.
Yep, so, okay, the lovely Lynn, it's over to you.
Okay. I have, I didn't see a question come up exactly from Leona, but I do have a card for her. And the card that I have pulled is the Archangel Orion. And Archangel Orion is all about manifesting what we want. Okay. It's about using the power of the stars and aligning with our faith and keeping our faith so that we can focus our energy and manifest the outcome that we require. Okay. This is all about knowing that the angels are around you and knowing that heaven and spirit are around you and are encouraging you to keep on task, to keep your faith, to be aware of the blessings that you already have so that you can be grateful for those and welcome in even more blessings. The message is that the spirit and the angels surround you. They are helping to guide you. Your job is to just maintain that faith and know that you will be uh, brought the things that you need, and to look around you at the things that you already have so that you can be grateful for them and know that they are there for you, and things will continue to come to you as the divine wishes it to come. That divine timing. Okay. But you have to hold on to your faith, and you have to remember to be grateful for the things you already have as you work to get the things that you want to have in the future. But you can manifest those things. Um, just see them in your mind, work towards them in the day-to-day living, and know that they will come to you as timing is deemed proper by spirit. Okay. Um, and when will things get back to normal for things to start getting better for you and the kids? Okay. Um, that can go along with the question that you have asked. And I'll have Brian help me with that one. But that particular card, Leona, that is letting you know that things will get back to what you want them to be, but you have to work towards it. You have to manifest it. You have to hold on to the faith that it is coming. Okay. The angels are working for you right now. They are bringing the things that you need to have in place for you. Okay. I will ask if things are going to get back to normal soon. And soon for me is about 6 months, 3 to 6 months usually. But let's see what we have. You keep finding a divine timing card around the house. See? The angels are working around you. They're working as quickly as they can, but the one thing that I always tell people is we can't just sit and wait for things to drop in our lap. We have to do the work. Spirit will provide it for us, but we have to do the work as well. Sometimes the work is just continuing to have faith when things look completely and utterly dark, and trying to find that light. Sometimes it is looking around at the things that we already have and just being grateful that we still have those things, or that those things have come to us. And other times it is physically doing things to get to a new place. In other words, you don't buy a house if you don't go looking. You don't get a new job if you don't have the skills. So sometimes you have to take classes. Sometimes you have to take an apprenticeship or learn. Sometimes you have to start out at the bottom and work your way up to get to where you're supposed to be. And all the while, we have to maintain that faith, that know inside that we deserve the things that we are working for, that we will earn them. Okay. And when I ask Brian, will things be better for Leona? And I'm going to see if you can see. I don't know if you can see. Let me move my notebook out of the way here. But I'm going to see if you can see the pendulum. I think you can. There. I'm having trouble seeing it. There we go. A straight line for Brian is a yes. Okay. Much like this. And if it were to go in a circle, especially a counterclockwise circle, then it would be a no. But Brian is giving you a pretty strong yes right now. Yes, things are going to improve. And I'm going to ask one more little question here. Brian, will that be within 3 to 6 months? Okay. It's going to be a little bit longer than 3 to 6 months. Okay, Leona? Because I'm getting a no on the 3 to 6 months. So, Brian, will it be within a year? And Brian says perhaps within a year. Okay. So keep your faith going. Know that the angels are right beside you and working with you daily. Know that there is work still for you to do, but within about a year, things will start to be noticeably better. Okay. They may not be perfectly what you want, but you will notice that they are much better than what they are now. Okay. So just kind of hang on to that faith. Okay. Hang on to that faith and know that good things are coming. And I am going to pass back over to Luke, and I have my cards ready for Stacy and for Dawn for the next time around. Okay.
Lovely. Thank you
And
very much.
so make sure you weren't on mute, Luke.
Mm. Now I have Little Boy Blue here, okay, which is going to be the next crystal ball I'm going to be using. So if you'd like a read with Little Boy Blue, please put your names up and we'll see where Talking Stick goes. Right. Okay. Right, I can see the Talking Stick, so let's see where it's taking us. Right, we got a stop on Mary Freeman. Okay, Mary Freeman, let's see. Right. Okay, Mary, I've got an image of you here. Oh, it's patio furniture you're sat on. Okay, I can see you sitting on some patio furniture in the garden in the beautiful sunshine. Right. Okay. Right. I've got 2 orbs in the picture. Excuse me a second. Okay, I'll show you sort of like where they are. Okay, I've got one which is just here, right, which is about level with your eye on the side of your head, and I can see another one that is just floating slightly above your head as well. Orange and green being the colors that they are. Now, as I look in panoramic view and I go, if you like, across the table. So if you imagine you're sat here on your chair, there is the table. And then right over the other side of the table, there's another chair there. But I can looking over there in panoramic view and I'm seeing a person in spirit sat there. Okay, just looking to see if there's anything else around. I'm not noticing anything, or they're not showing me anything else in the crystal. So let's see if we can link up with whoever this individual is. Do we have someone for Mary Freeman, please? Excellent, thank you very much. Okay, so we're just a matter of waiting for the energy to come through. Now, okay, I can feel the energy coming through now. Okay, right, straight away, Mary, I can say to you that this is the energy of a lady in spirit. Okay, that is a lady in spirit. Now, as this lady approaches me, I'm very aware that this is a lady in her, well, I'm going to call her glamour years. Okay, so that means obviously she's past the age of retirement, and I want to be looking for a lady in and around her early 80s. And I say that just is basically by me just looking a very quick glimpse of her face, and she definitely looks to me to be in her 80s. And that's the impression of age that I take from how she looks. Very well kept hair, I have to say, and a very beautiful smile. A smile that would melt butter is a phrase I think I would use to describe her. Rather small in height, but that is a generational thing as opposed to not being put on the rack and stretched, bless her. So I'm looking at here about 5'4", okay, about 5'4". Now there is a maternal feel about this lady, and I want to be going to taking yourself as generation 1. Generation 2 would be like mum, dad. I want to go to generation 3. This is grandma, great auntie, and then obviously like your granddad there. That's where I want to be going with this lady. There is a very character-wise, she is definitely a lady that is very independent in the sense that she likes to keep her independence. This is not a lady that you'd be able to get in a home without kicking and screaming and scratching, and because she's definitely, I ain't going nowhere. And I can see and sense definitely that there is, she's got pain in her knees. I want to say there is pain in a number of joint areas, particularly the fingers, but that doesn't stop her doing everything that she needs to do. It might mean she does it a bit slower, but what is the rush when you're in your 80s? There is none. Now, I look around the home and it is, well, I would describe it as dated, but that's only because her furnishing side of things is a different taste to mine. But I would say very, very functional. Okay. The kitchen, again, I would say dated, but very, very functional. And both are very, very clean. I don't see any dirt and dust anywhere. This lady obviously took time to keep her place spick and span. And that is strongly representative of the generation that she comes from, because she is of a generation where your parents tell you, as a lady, this is what you're expected to do. And it's ingrained into you from a very early age. So by the time you leave home and get married, you're well aware and well practiced in what you are expected to do. And that's the same for the guys. Okay. So she's continued the work that she was taught by her mother. The place is spotless. It's very neat and tidy. And as she's saying, you could eat off the floor. It's that well polished. Now, I do feel one of her traits was she was an amazing cook. Okay? An amazing cook. And very much a traditionalist when it came to food. Okay? Not into what would be regarded as foreign foods. Okay? So you're not going to see Italian dishes. You're not going to see, shall we say, like French dishes. You're not going to see Chinese. You're not going to see anything that would have been considered by her as foreign. Okay? Traditional meat and 2 veg was her safe bet, her go-to, and all of those recipes were all kept in here. Okay, she doesn't work with cookbooks, right? It's all in her head. And what's even more funny is, that I find anyway, is when you look at a cookbook, it's always so many grams of this, or how many ounces of that, and how many fluid ounces of this, and how many milliliters of that. Okay, this lady worked by a handful of this, a splash of that, a pinch of this, and mix it all around, and it came out perfect. And I mean perfect. Okay? None of it was measured. Oh, how many eggs did it? I will try one. You know what? I'll put another one in for good luck. And everything, whether it be, like making a casserole, or whether it be making pastry, or whether it's making a cake or some sort of fancy pudding based, sponge basting, every single time it came out perfect. And when it came to passing down recipes, it was the same technique of teaching her children how to bake, how to cook, how to make breads, pastries. All of that was then handed down again by word of mouth, and practice makes perfect. Okay? Not a cookbook in sight. I mean, let's face it. If a lady of her age has been doing cooking, baking, and all of that from an early age in preparation for her wedding and her marriage and looking after her man, she's been practicing that since she was old enough to go in the kitchen and be taught by her mother. So this woman is a perfectionist when it comes to that. And she teaches the same sort of techniques and mastery further down the line. And that is how you learn. In her eyes, that is how you learn. Okay? You don't get a book out and start reading it and say, a pinch of salt is equivalent to 5 grams or 5 milligrams or whatever, or this kind of spoon or that kind of spoon. Now, absolute rubbish. Okay? The other thing I want to say is, and I think it's very much a gift as far as this lady is concerned, okay? She was very, very blessed by spirit in the art of discernment. And she could look at a dish that someone has made and recreate it using her discerning spirit. So she would look at all the ingredients, and straight away she would know how much of this and how much of that and how much of the next thing to put in it for it to be identical to the one that she's just been served up by one of our friends at a little get together. That's how good she was. Okay? She was blessed with creativity by spirit, in fact, and she could use the art of her baking, her cakes, her breads, as a way of drawing people in. And when the people were drawn in, over testing the breads and nibbling at the breads and the cakes and the fairy cakes, you name it, all these things that this lady had created, and you're talking about a group of ladies, they would start talking and people would open up about their worries and woes. And she'd listen to it all, and she would give words of wisdom back, because she's a very discerning spirit inside there that would be able to understand what is the words that these people need in order to heal their issues and send them off with a bright spark in their hearts. And she was very good at that. Very, very good at that. She was the go-to lady that had the answers for all of your problems. And that's because this lady was highly spiritual, with a very strong, discerning gift and knowing the right words to say to the right people at the right time. And it is actually a gift of healing, but it's one that's so underrated by those whose healing is sort of like the laying on of hands and waving hands around and uttering great long prayers. And not that I'm taking anything away from them, because that is the way their healing works. But this lady's healing, just as powerful, and it came from the words that she said to the right people at the right time. But that is one that's underrated. But I'll say to you that she has a very strong love for you, and she hovers around you a lot because there's a lot of her in yourself, okay? And she recognizes that, and she draws close to share her wisdom and experience. And that's her gift to you, the continuation of her legacy, which is in the creation of food that's fit for the master chef's table, and words of wisdom and direction that will help you get through all sorts of pickles when they come. And this is definitely a lady you want to be lighting a candle for. She's a good one of the best. And I'm going to leave her love with you and say thank you so very much for allowing me to bring her through to you. And as she goes, I'm seeing, oh, lovely. She's just put an image in my mind, and it's one of my favorites as well. A Victoria sponge cake with, it's a butterscotch cream filling in it with strawberry jam sort of drizzled all around it, as in the inside, all around it, and dusted off with a nice sprinkling of icing sugar. Wow. Victoria sponge is always my downfall. But there you go. That is my cross to bear. So, okay, now she's putting this down on a coffee table, okay, and it's been pre-cut into 8 pieces. So I'm going to leave that with you, Mary, and say enjoy with all her love. And also, Mary, as much as I would like to say you've won yourself a prize, you need to compare what you've typed to what is up on the screen. Okay, so compare what you've just typed to that which is on the screen. You're very welcome, Mary. God bless you. And please do take her love with you. Right. That was nice. I always like my sponge cakes. And wow, to see a Victoria sponge cake with butterscotch cream filling drizzled with strawberry jam is just, oh, mouth-watering. Definitely mouth-watering. And I would have to say, I wouldn't be able to stop at one piece of cake. I don't know about you, Lynn, but I couldn't stop at one piece of cake.
I would probably be tempted to eat 3.
Yeah, I think I would be the same. And it's because of the filling that's in it, that butterscotch cream and that drizzled strawberry jam, or what is it they call it these days? Coulis is what they sometimes call it over here as well. But I always prefer the strawberry jam. And it's the thick strawberry jam, not the flavor. It's the actual chunks of strawberry in it.
It's strawberry with a little bit of macerated strawberry and a whole lot of sugar and maybe a little gelatin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, definitely. Oh, okay. Leona McAvoy, you have won yourself a spot prize. Congratulations. Mary Freeman,
you just help Mary get it.
Yeah, you've put bingo, no space, dash, space, dash, no space, candle. That's not correct.
Yeah, Leona's trying to show it to Mary how to type it properly and ended up.
Yeah, and Corey Dutton, yours is incorrect too.
Yeah, it has to have the word bingo and then a space and then the dash and then another space, and then the spot prize word, which I'm not going to say. And it has to all be in caps. It has to be like Angel has it at the top of the page where it's locked in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
below
It's got to look
Luke's,
like,
bug.
must look exactly like Angel put it up on the computer face. So
Her phone's playing up. Now mine's doing the same, so that's a legitimate problem. The phone not wanting to type things right, because I have that issue myself.
So
But
Leona
I'm
says,
quite sure it will be said again before the end of the hour.
yes, well, you know how it goes. If you light one candle, you gotta light another after it, because it goes and burns out.
Unless you have a big one like this.
Corey Dutton, you have won yourself a spot prize because you put it up correctly. Well done, Corey Dutton. So, Corey Dutton, you have won your spot prize. Well done. Right, I just have to remember Corey Dutton's name in the back of my mind. So what I will do, I will write it down here.
I've got it written too. I can't remember who got the first one though.
It was Leona McAvoy.
Oh, okay. No, I thought there was one before Leona.
I don't know, unless Paul got somebody for it. So, and also Corey.
Well,
Right.
is Paul ready for who's next, or do
Paul is in the middle of a reading with another person on TikTok. So if you have someone already,
I have 3 people waiting things.
Be my guest and wows them with your mystic Meg talents.
Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can. Let me pull the list back up here of comments so that I can see where we're going. Is Stacy Bow still here? Because I have cards for Stacy, and I have cards for Dawn, and I have a card for Corey.
Stacy has just come straight up on the message.
Oh, good. Okay, mine is still lagging. So if Stacy is there, hopefully it'll bump up and I will be able to see. Stacy, the card that I pulled for you a Talking to Heaven card. There you are. I pulled for you a Talking to Heaven card, and the card that you got pulled was You Are Never Alone. So I don't know if I get the feeling right now that there are times when you feel like it's not really abandoned. It's just like you don't have all the support around you once had. Like you're missing people. And you're wondering, oh, if this person was still here, then this would go right. Or if I wish this one was here, personally, I do that a lot myself because it's like, oh, I wish I could talk to my dad. He would know what to say. He would know what to tell me to do. This particular card, this Talking to Heaven card, wants you to know that you are never alone. Okay. The message of this card is they are right beside you. And it's not just I am right beside you. It is we are right beside you, because there are more than one person, more than one spirit around you at all times. And the message in the book, it says, I am here with you now. I am standing right beside you, because heaven isn't a place up in the sky. It is a dimension parallel to our own. Okay. Every moment of every day, you are accompanied by powerful spirits, loving guardians, angels who watch over you from their own dimensions. And they interact with you in your physical experience to help you bring the divine spirit into the earth plane, because without spirit in the earth plane, the world would wither. It is that spark, that energy, that life force of everything and everyone. The angels and guides, including the person that is sending the message to you, they accompany you, and they are your heavenly entourage, okay? They are your group, your people. They give you that loving support that you need. And you, just like everybody else that has lost someone or has a person in spirit around them, because it's not really a loss. We can still interact, we can still have conversations, and one day we will still rejoin those spirits that we have no longer on this plane. Okay. um you can ask for help at any time from any of the guardian angels, any of the people in your life that are no longer here on earth but are still around you in spirit. And you just need to acknowledge that they're there. You just need to look for the signs that they send that show you that they're there. You can also do meditation or listen to music, nature walks where you are in an area where the signs can be sent more easily. Doing creativity, closing your eyes and holding a pencil to a piece of paper and just seeing, what kind of doodles pop up, and then looking within the doodles and seeing, messages from those that you love, whether it's a face or, maybe it's like looks or resembles a fish or a dog or any number of things. Um, there are other gentle actions that will help you connect, okay, in your conscious day, because they are with you and they are here to help you. And that is the message from the book. And the thing that I love about this particular card, if you see the pinks in the sky, that's unconditional love that lets you know that it is all around you. But you have a lighthouse there, and that beautiful lighthouse is your guide. That is the symbol for your guardians, the symbol for your people. They are guiding you and keeping you on path, keeping you away from those little dangerous things like the rocks at the edge of the water. Okay, so they're shining that light out so that you can get safely home. And to me, that is one of the more moving cards out of that entire deck, because it shows that not only do we have those around us that we can still connect with, but it also is a very vivid reminder that they guide us every day, and all we have to do is ask for their guidance, and it's given. So Stacy, that is your card, and I hope that resonates with you, and I hope that falls in sync with what you needed to hear right now. I feel like that card was picked especially for you. I picked it up, that was drawn to that deck, and then that's the card that came out for you. So thank you for letting me read for you. And Luke, if Paul is done, I will turn over to him. If not, I do have Dawn and Corey still in the wings.
Yeah,
And
Paul is here, ready to come on.
okay, and if Donna, if there's time after Dawn and Corey, I will see about pulling a card for Donna.
Yeah, as soon as Paul's finished doing his message, if you want to bring one of those forward and do them, and then I'll go after you. Lovely.
Okay, awesome.
We got 20 minutes broadcast time left.
Yeah, 20 minutes broadcast. Right. I know who I'm actually drawn to, so Michelle Brown, can I come to you, please? So just wait for Michelle Brown. Oh, welcome, Ashley. Haven't seen you for a while. How are you? Hi, Samantha Davis. Hi, man. Right, Michelle. I know it's your birthday today, and I have got a lady coming in wishing you a very happy birthday. This lady does come in a motherly figure, motherly, grandmother, maternal. That's what I was trying to get. And she's actually coming in and letting you know that she has been around you all day, and there are other members of the family that have actually been around you to actually help you celebrate your birthday, even though that you have been feeling quite well. Just another day, who cares? They want you to let you know that they are all around you, and this lady's actually coming in, but she goes, on a personal note, I want you to know what we have seen and how we've seen things. And I know that you've been quite down with this, but I need you to be stronger and start doing things for you. Not what everyone else wants, but what you want. Don't listen to all this. No, I'm not going to say that. She nearly swore then. Yeah, this idle gossip. I'll say it that way. Because what you do and how you help people out, your heart is pure, but it's been breaking. You will always have people there to try to put you down, but they shouldn't. You are beautiful through and through. And yeah, I know, and people say, oh, you always say it, but when it comes from a parent or something, they do say they're proud of you, and yes, and she loves you. And I know that you will keep my memory alive with everything that you do and everything you have done. But I don't want to bring tears or anything on your birthday. I wanted just to let you know that I am here with you for your birthday. And there are a few others as well. There's grandparents, there's 2 children as well. There's 2 children around you as well that are in spirit. And 1, 2, 3, 4 dogs. There's 4 dogs, a cat. Oh, they're coming in like no one's business. So I know there's dogs and cats, but there's quite a lot of others as well coming in around you. Hi, Joanne Lewis. How are you, my darling? I know people think that you're strong and that, but you're not. You're a little pussy cat. But they're not going to, spirit are not going to let people get to you or anything, because the love that you give and the love that you share is worth a lot more than anything. So keep the love going. And I'm going to say bless you. Thank you for allowing me. And enjoy the rest of your birthday. I know there's only a couple of hours left, but enjoy it. And say thank you and bless you, Michelle, for working with me. Right. Lindy, it's you.
Let's see. Okay. I got the microphone reset without bumping myself out. So, very quickly, I still have cards for Dawn Marie Thomas and Corey Dutton. Dawn, I actually pulled two for you. One is the Wombat Spirit. Okay, very quickly. Wombat Spirit is be at home, because the wombat is very protective of its young. Okay. And very, the den that they make is they are very particular about how it's created. And wombats are very, I don't want to say violent, but they are very assertive in protecting those they care about. So this is about being at home, taking care of those that you love at home. The 6 and the 8, the 6 and the 8 breaks down to a 14, which breaks down to a 5. For me, 5 means you're halfway there. So whatever your goal is, you are halfway there. Just keep going. It is that midway point, which to me says it is time to take a break and regroup and get your energy back up for that final push to the finish line. Okay, so that is where this one comes in. And then I was asked to pull you this card as well, which is the Archangel Azrael. And this is the 13 card. This is peace. This is about finding that calm. Like I said, that 5 is that halfway point break where you just kind of rest for a second, catch your breath, and then continue on to the finish line. This one is asking you to release the things in the past that no longer serve you. It is letting you know that there is a more enriching future coming. So let go. And this one says, let go and let God. To me, that is just put it in the hands of the spirit and know that what you have earned is coming. What you have worked for so long is coming to you. Okay, the purple in this is all about intuition and spirit being there to assist you and guide you and support you in what you want and what you're working for. Archangel Azrael in all his glory is there as a shining star, more or less, to show you that you are on the right track. Okay, you have the beautiful greens and you have that nurturing yellow. So make sure that you remember that finding your peace is a very important part of any accomplishments that you make. Because if you arrive in chaos, things will not stay stable. So just make sure that you keep yourself in your own peace. Work towards achieving that peace. Work towards maintaining that peace. Be at home when you need to. Be protective of your home. Be the strength and the protector and the guardian of the things that you love. Okay, that I hope resonates with you, Dawn. I feel like you probably still have more questions, but that would be something much longer that I would love to get in with you at a later time. But this is what I can put out here on a open reading, public reading. And Corey, you have Archangel Shamuel. Okay. Archangel Shamuel. This is about relationship assignments. And it says, no one is crossing your path by chance. So choose to see the deeper reasons for the people in your life. Okay. With Shamuel, Shamie will ask you to examine those people that are in your life, because Spirit will not put toxic people in your life to stay, but Spirit will put people in your life that give you the opportunity for growth, for experience, for learning. So if you think, oh, well, this person's toxic, why is this person in my life? It's because there's that opportunity for learning and growth, and the knowledge of how to deal with toxic people. At this point, what I am being told, what I feel, is that as you look at the different people in your life, hold on to the ones that mean the most to you and support you and give back to you, and start to close the doors on the ones that only bring drama or only bring heartache and chaos. Because you too, true for most of us, but you too need to find some of that internal balance and peace right now. Because I feel like there's fluctuations, like up and down, like, oh, everything is okay today. And then tomorrow you start the day and you think everything's going to be okay. And then it kind of gets up and out of control a little bit. And it doesn't have to necessarily be everybody that's around you right now, because I'm also part of the card, and what I'm being told about the card is that there are people that you have let grow distant that you may need to be reconnecting with. And you can pick and choose. That's what I'm being told. You can pick and choose. So if there was a reason that you let the distance grow because the person was too hard to be around, you can choose to reopen that door and try to reconnect, or you can say, look, I just can't deal with that right now, and you just kind of leave it. But there will be people coming into your life that will give you more back, and remember that you get back what you give out. Okay, if you are giving out 50%, expect to get 50 to 60% back. If you're giving 100% back, you should get at least 100% back to you. Okay. And if you're not, it's okay to say, you know what, I need to expand my friendship base, or and it doesn't have to be romantic partners, but it could just be platonic people, it could be family people. But you are free to examine those relationships and decide which ones are best fitting for you and which ones bring you what you put into them and bring it back, the ones that are giving you support. So don't let anybody drag you down. Okay. And don't keep giving to what I'm seeing as a bottomless well. Don't keep giving into a bottomless well that's never going to fill back up. And that is the message that I am being told that you needed to hear today. So hopefully that resonates with you, Corey, and thank you so much. And I'm going to turn it over back to Paul and Luke, because we're getting close here. And I think Luke had somebody else to do as well.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Right. I have got Miss Penelope Pinkstop. Okay. She's a big girl, as you can see.
She's the biggest one you got.
Beautiful.
This is one of the largest crystal balls I've got.
I'd love to get one of those really big ones.
Right, so okay, right, I can see the talking stick. So where does it want to go?
Have you unmuted?
There is a stop on Joanne Lewis. Right, that was quick. It went straight there. Okay. Joanne Lewis, I be coming to you. Right. Okay, Joanne, I have got an image straight away of you sitting in front of I'm going to say a table. You're on like a sofa seat, and there's a table in front of you, and there are a variety of devices in front of you, all to do with like computer, laptop, that type of stuff. And you are conversing with these devices. And I want to say straight away, I can see on your right hand side, okay, that there is an orb that sits just there, and it is a silver orb, okay? And what I'm being shown from the silver orb is that in the center of it, you can see it pulsating. It's like a brilliant light pulsating in a silver color. Absolutely mesmerizing to watch. And also, I want to say on your left hand side, I can see a person in spirit stood by you. Okay, now literally no more than about 2 or 3 feet away from where you're actually sat. So basically right there, if you like. So I'm going to see if we can link up with this individual. Have we got something for Joanne? Oh, excellent. Yep, here we go. Right, Joanne, straight away, I want to say that I have a gentleman that comes forward in spirit. Okay. As I look and I get this glimpse of this gentleman in the face, I want to say this chap to me looks very late 60s into early 70s. I'm going to say he's not tallish, as in he's not like 6 foot over, but I do want to say he looks about 5'7", 5'8", give or take, and he is he's wearing a cloth cap, so it's like a cloth cap that sort of sits on his head. Now, I don't know if that is because he's hiding a ball patch, bless him, or it's just his favorite go-to hat, but that's sitting there nice and comfortable on his head. Now, okay, he's showing me his hands, he's doing this. Okay, so as I look at that straight away, that's telling me this is a man who is hands-on style of working, hands-on style of working. So this is usually an indication of like what I'd call skilled, unskilled labor. And this is a gentleman who is very, very well aware of what it is to do hard work. And he's of that generation that, quite frankly, always work for their money. Okay. Now, he's got quite a kind heart on him, but he has two sides to him. Okay, there's I'm at work and I'm giving it the old roughy tufty type person, you know, one of the boys. But when you get him at home and surround him with his family, he is a real gentle soul and full of love and kindness. But he is the breadwinner. He's the man who carries the responsibility of shoes on feet, shirts on back, bread on table. Okay, and he takes those responsibilities very, very seriously. But it doesn't stop him being a loving, kind gentleman, and it doesn't stop him from showing it either. It is a generation that he's from where you don't show sort of like love in that sense in public, because you know men are meant to be roughy tufty and not be wearing emotions on their sleeve. But he plays the game because that's what's expected. But when he's at home, you see his true colors. Now, he's also a man that could be said to be very, very protective. of the ones that he loves. You know, if you're in the family, he will stand up for you, and he will not take any nonsense from anybody when they are back chatting his family. And that's the extended family as well. That's just him, Mrs. and kids. This is any member of his family. You know, he won't stand for anybody giving nonsense. Okay. And because of his build and the fact that he's a hard, you know, he works hard and grafts hard, he's got that sort of physique that shows that he's a grafter. And he can come across as looking like, you know, an Iron Man, you know, but he's a gentle soul. So sometimes that is just enough for him to stand up and look at someone, giving them that sort of look, that the look that says, I'm going to knock your block off. But in actual fact, it's probably a case of, I'm going to put my hand in my pocket and give you a sweet and stick that in your mouth, and that'll stop you back chatting. But that's just people's views. They look at him and think, oh, better not mess with this guy. In actual fact, if they knew him, if he knew his true nature, he would be a right nice bloke to hang out with. Not in a knock your block off sense, but in a kind, gentle, and decent man. Okay, now he draws very close to you because there is an affinity that he has with you. He's a man that always looks after family. He's a man that's always very protective of the ladies in the family, but he's a man that has a very soft, it's like a chocolate, a very soft center. Okay. And he does like to come close and share his love with family, and also some of his wisecracks as well, because he was known as a little bit of a joker. He could tell a joke. Some of them were rather naughty, but he could tell it, and he knew who he could tell those jokes to, and it would always raise a laugh. And he was always about the laughter and the fun. He liked to have he liked people to enjoy themselves, to share the love and the laughter, because that is what is important in family life. It brings the best of energies around, it raises vibrations, and it allows people to, you know, to bask in a very positive energy in the house. And there was always that positive energy in his house because his house was one of love and laughter. And once he got on a roll with his stories and his tales and his wisecracks, there was always roaring and laughing in the house. And he wants to bring that sense of fun and laughter back around you because he finds it important for that energy to be there for you to conduct your mission in life. Okay, your mission he sees as important. Your art of communication is important to him, and he draws close to bring the love and the laughter around you because it will give you powerful connections, and it will draw the positive spirit of light into the room and help you do what you need to do on that particular occasion. He speaks very, very highly of you, and okay, and he says, I want to bring her a gift. I want to bring her a gift as I go back to my family and friends in the spirit world. Okay, so what are you bringing her? All right, well, that's the first. Okay. Joanne, he's bringing you an orange. Okay, an orange. Okay. And he says, I like to see her peel that with her nails. Okay, so whether this is meant to be a joke on his part to you about you peeling the orange with your decorative nails, as he says. He says, that's going to be worth watching. Okay? So I'm going to leave his love and laughter in and his sarcastic sense of humor, which I think is fabulous. Okay? And this orange, I'm going to leave that with you as well. Okay, so thank you for the opportunity to read for you, Joanne. God bless you. And definitely one to watch if you get the opportunity, the lovely Joanne Lewis. Right. Okay. Well, that is me. I don't have a queue behind me anymore. So I'm going to invite the lovely Paul back. You're very welcome, Joanne.
Yes. Right. I'm back.
Yes, he's definitely back.
Yes. So,
Is there any outstanding messages from Little Miss Mischief?
No, Donna had asked if there was time if I could get her a card. But I don't see her at the moment, and there's no more time. But I will gladly do one for the entire group if that's okay.
well, we're going to do.
Yeah, I can't see Donna on the message board at all, actually.
Yeah.
And that's looking at both of them. I don't see her on any of them.
Right. Okay. Let's.
Right. Okay. Here is a closing card for us. Okay. If you are noticing changes within yourself, it's because you are leaving the old version of yourself behind. You are elevating and shredding unnecessary layers. Old cycles are ending and new beginnings are on the horizon. You deserve this new chapter. Okay.
Yeah.
And Donna did pop back up. May I do a closing card for everyone as well, though?
Yeah.
This one right here, I didn't pull any cards from this deck earlier, but I was drawn to it. This one is Focus, and it's moonbeams. And with it, moonbeams, you see them, they kind of flicker and flutter through the clouds and everything, and they light up in different areas, and they kind of draw your focus away from one central area. This card is reminding us to stay focused on one major thing, like stay focused on the moon, stay focused on our one task. We need to not be so easily diverted away from what we truly need to focus on. And I'm being told that is on, we need to focus on being kind, those we love, and our goals. We need to focus in on what we want around us. Okay. And it doesn't, it doesn't mean focus only on one thing, but focus on the things that are important to us. So that's my closing message for everyone, is to remember to stay focused on what's important to you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me today. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, you're back with us in 2 weeks' time.
Yep.
I'd like to get lovely Joanne Lewis on with us sometime if she's up for it.
And I believe, let's see, today is the 10th, and in 2 weeks' time will be the day after my birthday.
Yes.
Oh, is that you 21 again?
With 55 years of experience, well, 45 years of experience, 35 years of experience, somewhere in there. I'm one of those numbers. I'm a little bit over the speed limit.
Yeah, we'll take the lower number. We'll take the lower number. It sounds better.
You know what? I've earned all of my speed limit, and then some.
Oh yes. Sometimes we can't escape them.
Nope. But I'm on the low end of the speed limit because around here it's 65 to 70. I'm still in the if you're towing stuff with you.
Yeah, well, the speed limit around our street is 20, so I'm going to stick with that one.
That's
Yeah,
a
it
little
is.
slow for me.
Yeah.
I'm ready to rev the engines.
Well, our road, they actually have a bus come down here, which really our road's not big enough for the bus.
Oh,
You've got tight corners where cars are stupidly parked.
No, they're not parked. They are abandoned.
Yeah, and
well,
especially,
at the campsite, the speed limit's only 5 miles an hour. It's very hard to maintain 5 miles an hour. You always want to get up there to at least 10.
so I just want to answer this. Leona McElroy, dream catchers aren't bad luck.
No, dream catchers and Buddhas are very good luck, actually. Dream catchers are created to trap the negative dreams and to keep them from overwhelming you. They take the bad stuff out of dreams, but they need a place where they can spin. If you just hang them on the wall or hang them on a window, they don't necessarily work as effectively as if they are hung in an open part of the ceiling where they can spin, because then they can catch the dreams as they come in to you.
Yeah.
And Buddhas, I have always been told and
Leona,
always had around.
there is a Buddha.
Yeah, they are very good luck. Several of them. There's the laughing Buddha, which has the very big stomach, and you can rub its belly for good fortune and good luck, or rub its bald head. My mom had one for forever until it got stolen.
But I want one of those.
And I know Paul collects Buddhas, and he has a beautiful collection going.
Yeah, they're all over the house.
Yeah.
But I want to get the laughing Buddha. That's the one I want to get.
Yeah. I have seen several, but I have never seen one that looks exactly like the one my mom had. And it was huge, and it was a bank, and she used to put pennies and nickels and dimes in it. And I don't know how they managed to steal it because it was so heavy. But if somebody wants something bad enough, they will find a way to take it, right?
Yeah, well, they even do what we call the hole in the wall, where you go to get money out.
Yeah.
A cash machine.
They've even ATM.
Yeah,
they've even ripped out them here in UK.
Ripped them out.
They do. They chain up those and they pull them out of the gas stations and stuff here. Then they just drag them down the street. It's like, why? It's not like you're going. I've seen them pull up to the banks where they have them outside and chain on the bank at the bank and yank it through the poles that they have around it to try to hold it in place, and then throw it up in the back of a truck.
Yeah,
it's
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy what people do.
Joanne Lewis just said, "Get yourself another one. You will be fine. Buddhas are lucky, and Buddhas are love." I've actually got a Buddha with.
He's on a roll now.
See, there.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Leona, the way to counteract that is to just offer an apology to the universe. Just say, I was given bad information and I did not know any better. And you can either try to replace it or just place an offering where you used to have it in the house. Stack of pennies, or you can put a crystal there, a clear quartz, or
that's a problem with churches.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
'cause it's-
thing is that to the church that told you that, Leona, what about the church that believes in the Buddha? Okay, the I know it's not really a church, but it is a religious order. You know, that Buddhism is a religion. So that church is telling you, oh, all other religions are bad. They're not bad. But I know many churches don't want people to intermingle different religious icons. So it's up to you
and it
and,
depends what
and
sort
how
of
you
church
feel
it
about
is.
it. But just, you know, just lay like I said, lay a piece of clear quartz. If you don't have anything else, just get a piece of clear quartz and put it where the Buddha was and just say, you know, I did not realize that, you know, this was not a bad thing. Okay. Because if we respect each other's beliefs and religions and understand that we can all have faith in different areas, but it all goes to a same larger spirit, greater spirit, universal spirit, God, whatever name that your religion gives to it. They're the same. They're the same icons and the same idols. They just have different names. Okay, so just to cleanse that area, I would suggest a little bit of incense or sage, na shampha, since it's Buddhism, for the cleansing, and a little bit of water that you have sat in the moonlight, or just a little bit of even just plain salt water, just to cleanse the area and to ask for forgiveness from the Buddhist religion. Okay.
But don't it depend what sort of church it was that she went
Yeah.
to? Was it a spiritualist church, or was it a Orthodox, or Brethren, or?
I'm thinking it was probably Christianic, because of a lot of Christianic churches, evangelistic churches, tend to ask you to remove anything from any other religion or any other belief system from your home, and will try to convince you it is negative. Baptists are really good at that, but I do know some beautiful Baptists who respect and love all religions.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a spiritual person more than a defined religious person, but I have been in different churches at different points in my life, and I have studied many different religions. And the one thing that I finally, after many years of
Born
being
again
told,
Christian.
yeah,
Oh, clappy clappies.
Yeah.
yeah, my
Um,
my grandmother's was Church of Christ, and her churches would have told, the churches she went to would have told you to get rid of everything that wasn't
yeah. Right, Lynn, can I
blessed,
just say something,
sanctioned by.
please? Can I just say
Hmm?
something, please?
Oh, go
Right,
for it.
Leona, you're saying a born again Christian church. My brother is one, and he moans at us because we're married. He actually says we're not married, not in the eyes of God, and all this. So they only tell you what they want to believe. I'm not knocking all churches, but what I've had and what
they want you to.
yeah, they tell you what they want you to believe, and what me and Luke's been through with my brother and all that. There are some nice people that are in the churches, but I got told when I used to go to the church, because I'm gay, I would not be able to do a sermon. So if that's
I have no one person to do so.
And
no,
in quite a few of them, as a woman, even though I am ordained, I would not be able to do any kind of religious service because I was a woman. And I've been through Episcopal, Presbyterian, Church of Christ. I've been to a Mormon service. I've been to Pentecostal services. I've been to Catholic services, quite a few Catholic services,
Yeah.
and
I tell you,
Episcopalism Church of England. So
the best
I,
church
I
I've actually listened to is Black Gospel. I love Black Gospel music. It's just so
the Zion
beautiful.
churches and the AME churches, the African Methodist Episcopal, they are beautiful churches. I've been to several of those. When I was married, my ex-husband's mom was a member of a AME Zion. So yeah, so
What do you mean? No, what?
No, what? I think Joanne's saying that to what Leanna was saying about them asking her to give up her belief in spirit. But yeah,
I thought I'd
there's.
upset when I said. I thought I'd
No,
upset then with what I said.
I think it's the fact that a lot of people don't realize how different certain subsets of religion can be. I am of opinion that the spirit is everywhere, regardless of which religion is calling spirit by what name, whether they're calling it God, goddess,
You could get
Allah, Buddha, etc.
untalkable. I don't understand that. You can get untalkable. Well,
I think she's saying you could have a sermon. You could, depending on which church you went to.
Yeah, I couldn't talk. I couldn't give a sermon because of sexuality.
Yeah.
But the best, you can go to a Christian spiritualist church. Because like I believe in God, and I know Lynn believes in God, and to be honest, the church is not the building. The church is the
It's the people.
congregation.
It's the thing that I fall back on, and I went to a Christian school that.
Right, hold on a minute. Right, hold on a minute then. I'm going to say goodbye now to TikTok. Thank you all for joining us. Lots of love to you. We are back on Monday, so please come and join us then. And you may get messages. Okay, take care. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye, TikTok.
Right.
But yeah, I fall back on
if I may interrupt for 1 second. Right, spot prize winners, you will be contacted by a video call so that we can sort out the postage fee and correct address for the prizes. So that's Leona McAvoy and Corey Dutton. And was any you when you were on? No. So Leona McAvoy, Corey Dutton, we will be contacting you via video call shortly in order to collect the postage fee and check your address for sending off your spot prizes. Right, and that was the administrative bit done. Okay.
Okay.
Back over.
What I was going to say is I fall back on something that I learned, believe it or not, in my Christian school that I went to, which actually did not think that the religion I belonged to was acceptable for their school, but my dad got me in anyway. They said, and this is the thing that sticks with me, wherever 3 or more are gathered in his name. And so as long as you have 1 or 2 other people with you and you're discussing, that's church. You could be sitting at home on the couch. You could be on video chat like this, or you could be sitting out at the coffee shop. Wherever you are, if you are gathered for the purpose of discussing spirit, that's church. It's not a building. It's not even a set of doctrine. It is rejoicing and sharing spirit. And that's
imagine that the reception. Yeah, you can imagine the reception I get when as a druid.
No.
And they're like, "What? You can't be a druid." And I was like, "Well, hello, being raised as druids. The community I live in are druids, and the country I live in was primarily druid before St. Columbus landed on Iona and decided he was going to bring the Christian faith in. So, and it was like, oh, you're going to burn in hell, and you're going here, there, and everywhere. So, depending who you talk to, you find different, I say, Orthodox Christian and others have their own opinions. I think what the real problem is some, depending who leads that particular church, and I talk about individual church, not church as in the movement, really influence its congregation by their own self-opiniations, as opposed to actually what
fast charging,
as opposed to what is actually written in the book, and the Bible as it is at the moment, is really a collection of books that one pope of old told the story that he wanted everybody to hear, as opposed to the full collection of writings that were made by various other individuals along the years, both with Christ when he was on the earth and his disciples, who then became the apostles, and then the apostles of the apostles, and so on. So I do argue myself as a spiritualist, and there's a very strong spiritual beliefs in the Druid faith. As a spiritualist, I firmly believe that, if, as the Christians say, that Jesus, before his arrest and crucifixion, really prayed in earnest on a particular mountain, or I believe, or the garden, or wherever it is, and the spirit of Elijah, and I do believe it was Elijah and Abraham, or Elijah and Moses, apparently, appeared to him, and he was conversing with them, and they were like in their bodies of light as they had ascended to heaven, whatever. If it's good enough for Jesus to actually talk to spirit beings, Elijah, Moses, whoever it happened to be, I know Elijah was one, but I can't remember the second one, so we'll say it was Moses, then it's good enough for me to sit down in my own home and talk to spirit people. And that is the one response, riposte, I would urge you to bring to them. If Jesus can stand there or kneel in the Garden of Gethsemane and pray in earnest to his Father in heaven, and his Father sends Elijah and Moses to comfort him, and he speaks with them, why can't we? Because Jesus said before he left to go to heaven, greater things shall you do than I have done. And then it was a case of go out there and spread the word. So that is my thoughts on someone saying you have to give up your spiritual faith and beliefs. A load of baloney. But that is my opinion. And that I'm just one individual. That's my opinion. What's good enough for Jesus is good enough for me.
Absolutely. But yeah, the books that we use as religious doctrines, whatever version of the Bible that your particular churches use, or the Talmud, or the I can't even remember, the Talmud, the Torah, and the Bible. They are all collections of stories, not from God directly, not from Jesus directly, not from Allah directly, whatever name you want to put.
Oh, you were
Or
thinking of the Quran was the other book you were trying to remember.
yeah, but the or even the Book of Mormon, for that matter. All of these books are collections of stories that are passed down by oral tradition for many, many years and translated through, like, this person speaks Aramaic and this person speaks Greek, but the person that speaks Aramaic doesn't speak Greek, and the person that speaks Greek doesn't speak Aramaic, so they converse in Latin. There's a lot of things that, as they say, get lost in translation as it's handed down. And when you find writings, that are in ancient Aramaic or ancient Latin and some other long lost language, when you try to translate those with more modern usage of active languages, it's very hard to get everything 100% accurate. And then you have kings, and as Luke said, popes, who decide, oh, well, I don't agree with what this whole book says, so I'm going to throw it out and we're going to put this one in instead.
Yeah,
They're compilations of stories that the people in power, the men, the humans in power, decided this is what I want people to believe. And it doesn't really necessarily have any basis in factual history as to this is what this particular spirit, Jesus, God, whatever you want to, name them, wanted as the doctrine for religion. So that's why there's so many different religions. That's why there's so many different arguments between religious orders, and how many wars have been fought in the name of religion, when if we could all just agree, every single book that's out there has a golden rule. Do unto others as you would have done unto them. Pagans use do no harm. Do what you will, do no harm. Do unto others as you would do unto, or you would have them do unto them. Forgive the trespasses as you would forgive people who trespass upon, or forgive me my trespasses as I forgive people who trespass upon me. The same rule is in every single religion, and if we just followed that one rule, the whole world would be a better place. But instead we argue the semantics of, is this what he meant? Is this what he meant? None of us know exactly what spirit meant until we cross into that spirit plane and ask them ourselves.
Yeah. And there are so many books, and examples of such are the Book of Mary, believed to have been written by Mary Magdalene, who some factions believe was actually the wife of Jesus. It didn't say he wasn't married, and it didn't say he was married, based on what books are in it now. But there was a Book of Mary, there was the Book of Enoch, there was the books of Maccabees, which spoke about the Maccabean Wars, which was the early bringing together of various different states like Judah and Galilee and all that came together to form what was then ancient Israel. And they don't tell you about, they took all of that out and threw them out. There's a variety of different books and collections.
And there's 34 years of Jesus's life that is just absolutely missing documentation wise,
because they didn't like what was in it.
Because he, lived a life. He was a human on this planet, on this realm. He was sent here as an example, and with the way religion treats people today that doesn't agree, there are many religions that are claiming him as their head guy, and they would burn him at the stake or stone him to death or shun him or call him a heretic.
And it wouldn't surprise me if the Inquisitors would have probably had him burned at the stake for heresy.
Oh yeah,
I
or
think,
hung. Yeah,
yeah, and the other
definitely.
books, I mean, it might have said that he went down the pubs, or he went to the nightclubs, or he went to the casino. It wouldn't surprise me if he did, because that's where all the sinners were. But that
Exactly.
would have been enough to burn him as a heretic.
And he loved everyone, whether they were lepers or prostitutes, or even while he disliked the money changers, he still gave love towards them and asked them to change their greedy ways. He didn't hate them, he just did not like their practices. So,
Exactly.
but I think it's just another reminder to all of us to be kind.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are busy, and I know everybody else is ready to go to bed, even though I'm still out here and it's only 2 o'clock. So if Michelle's still around, I hope she celebrates her birthday on Pacific time, in which case she'll have a good 8 more hours to celebrate, or no, 10 more hours to celebrate, 9.5. And I thank you guys for having me and letting me spout off a little bit here at the end.
Oh, yeah. It's always good sometimes to have a philosophical chat, particularly if someone asks a genuine question. We answer it in the best way we can.
And for the record, the spirit
Yeah.
that I use to communicate with through this pendulum, this is Brian. Brian is a druid. He is one of my mentors, a in real life mentor who has passed on, and he comes back and he guides me with that pendulum. And so, as far as the druid practices, a lot of them are very strange to common religions, and they're misunderstood because they're about symbolism. And if you look at the pagan religions and some of the older religions before Christianity took hold, a lot of them are vilified, and the things that, even the holidays that they celebrated, have been usurped by Anglican Christian holidays,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
celebrations, which is interesting if you get into the research and the history. But I'll leave that for people to discover on their own.
Yeah. And Leona, you are very welcome. You are very welcome indeed.
Yes, absolutely.
Um,
And like I said, it's like everything in life, Leona. If you've done something and things are not going great, I used to have a bad habit of causing trees to drop large branches. And my druid friend is the one who told me, place a couple of pieces of jade or emerald or green aventurine near the tree, and say, I am sorry that my temper and the weather got the best of me, and that your trees were lost, or your branches were lost. And then offer a little extra water, a little extra fertilizer. If you break something in the house, whether it's on purpose or by accident, just say, you know what, I'm really sorry this was destroyed, and I will do my best to replace it, or I offer you this instead. And you can use clear quartz for anything because it's neutral. But if you want something specific that resembles the Buddha or is representative of the Buddha, pennies, copper pennies are great. A little piece of copper, or even a piece of citrine, because citrine will help balance out the energy in the house. So I hope that helps. Um, and as far as cleansing the area, you can cleanse with any kind of incense, Nashampa for Buddhist or Muslim type energies, and white sage for Native American energies, and just any kind of incense that you like, lavender or anything like that, for for any other religions. You can use sandalwood, and you can use myrrh or frankincense, anything. So I am going to fade back because I know that the guys are getting tired.
Yeah, it's time for us to do our closing meditation and then hit the sack. Obviously, we've got to give, you're talking to Korea, we just got to give Leona a quick buzz just to confirm her address and pick up the postage. And those will be put in the post tomorrow, because our post office at the co-op is open and accepts post on Sundays, but obviously it won't move from there until Monday morning. So it'll be probably Tuesday before they arrive at your doorsteps. But we do our best. The postage is as it is. So we will say a heartfelt good night to you all. Thank you so very much for watching and taking part. It has been an absolute blast, and we enjoyed every minute of it. We will be back on Monday at 8 o'clock. So please do have a fabulous remainder of your weekend. Enjoy the sunshine, and hopefully we'll see you all maybe with a nice suntan.
A big thank you to Carly Lou for moderating today, and I know Angel done a bit as well, so bless you all.
Yep. So from us to you, look after yourselves, please, and each other as well. Spread the love. Have a blessed weekend, and take care, everybody. Night now.
Night, night.
Bye-bye.
Night, night.